What's poppin'? Finale! Oh. Heute gibt es das letzte Video von Sam und Colby in der Season 1. Genau. Heute sind wir im Stanley Hotel mit Amanda und Mackie. Wer die zwei noch nicht kennt, YouTube-Channel findet ihr bei uns in der Infobox. Und wenn ihr auf jeden Fall wissen wollt, was mit uns nach dem Ganzen passiert, bleibt auf jeden Fall dran, denn am Ende vom Video sagen wir euch genau, wie es bei uns weitergeht. Wir wünschen euch viel Spaß! Tschüss!
It's one of the spookiest hotels in the country.
Known for a lot of its paranormal activity.
The Stanley Hotel is the most famous and most haunted location in the United States.
We actually have this entire place to ourselves.
When I walked into this room, I was like, there's someone here.
It's haunted, and it's been haunted for a long time. I have heard voices, been touched. I've also been made physically ill.
The Estes method was created at the Stanley Hotel. We are going to interview the founder.
This baby.
According to Christian theology, that is what a demon is right there.
Oh, that's terrifying.
But it is the most haunted room here.
Yes.
It's following you, but commanded to leave.
I think that there's haunted people, not haunted places.
There is something attached to me. 2, 3.
Er wird immer wieder bestätigt.
2, 3.
Kranker Scheiße. What the
Das war das Bild gerade auf dem Handy.
Ja! Alter, ich hab richtig... Oh.
Wow, wow, wow.
Verdammt. Fuck, ey.
Ich will dahin.
Alter, wie geil das aussieht.
This is our most viewed video on our channel that we've ever filmed ever. And we're going back.
Oh mein Gott, ich bin so gespannt, ey.
Yo, I got scared.
Die eine ist ein Medium.
Genau.
Amanda ist ein Medium.
Ja.
It looks so
Sie war auch
different.
beim Conjuring-Haus dabei beim ersten Mal. Das wird richtig
Die andere ist
interessant.
eine Freundin von ihr, oder?
Genau,
Ja.
ich weiß nicht mehr, wie die sich kennengelernt haben. Ich glaube über Social Media oder so.
Oh my God, we are actually here.
Also die andere ist jetzt nicht wirklich ein Medium. Also sie kann sie nicht sehen, aber sie behauptet, sie hat so ein Gefühl immer da.
Okay.
Sie hat auch in einem heimgesuchten Haus gelebt.
So we originally had rented out 217. They said it's under construction or something like that right now?
We had things break.
Things break like by themselves.
No.
So we never did this elevator last time?
No. This elevator calls the police randomly by itself. Red rum. Red rum. Dude, do you recognize this?
Yes, this is the staircase.
This is the
staircase.
Das ist alles noch vom ersten Video. Das müsst ihr euch unbedingt mal
Auf jeden
reinschauen.
Fall.
The trigger
Es lohnt sich.
object for
War da nicht der Lolli oder was er da gefunden hat?
Something doesn't want to
Ja.
stay in this room.
Hä?
Yo.
Geht auf SAM&COLBY'S Channel und guckt euch das Video an.
Ja.
Alter.
Ist es das gleiche Zimmer?
Nein.
Nein.
This is in the haunted room. We got another
Okay, die
one,
haben andere.
428, which we actually stayed at the last time we were here.
Second most haunted room.
Geht später.
Oh my
Ja,
god.
ja, da
Ja,
ist
ist
es.
es.
Cleaning the hotel,
Genau.
please.
Alright, let's see if we have more luck on this one than the other one.
Oh, shit.
Oh, this one smells good. Whoa!
Sieht aus wie vor 2 Jahren.
Hat direkt Flashbacks, wie wir saßen.
Yeah.
Ah ne, statt
Na
anders.
ja, genau, das war andersrum.
Holder. It smells so good in here.
Yours was a little milky.
Warum wird es verstellt?
Like roses or something.
This is the first time we ever used the spirit box.
Yeah, can you imagine that? And we called it an EMF reader.
How much those make it like the shining.
Stimmt.
We need to get snowed in here.
Actually.
And we don't have like snow
We have
trucks.
nothing, and we're like the only ones staying here.
Wait! Stephen King was the only one that stayed here when he wrote the movie.
Are you serious?
This is like, what?
Living this movie.
I can like feel it. This like whole place has me feeling so weird.
Can you pick up on a lot of stuff going
Like
on? Yeah.
immediately when we walked into this room, I was like, there's someone here. They were already here before we stepped in.
Here's the ghost apparently of 428.
428. A couple years ago, back, somebody woke to find a Wild West cowboy pacing at the end of their bed. That's exactly where I'm sitting.
I was sitting on the cowboy's lap, bro. How's it feel?
Feels great. After watching him for a few minutes, they politely asked him to leave, which he did, but not before leaning over to to the lady as if he was going to kiss her.
What a creep!
Female guests sometimes
Und der
wait
Jakes
to
Penis
find him
anzufassen.
leaning in for a kiss on the floor.
Oh my god!
I hope he kisses me.
Yeah, maybe you should dress up like girlfriend, man. Guys, there's something we haven't told you.
Is it that it's gonna be 14 degrees here this weekend?
We mentioned that. Sam has a demon in his ass.
Maybe you should see a doctor.
Yeah, it hurts.
Yeah.
So guys, unlike our normal episodes, we have filmed the entire season 1 prior to it releasing, so we haven't really talked about this publicly yet. The last 7 places that we've been getting the same answers over and over and over again, and literally something is saying multiple different ways that there is something attached to me. Always comes in the same name, points to even like the colors that I'm wearing.
Clearly picking you out.
Clearly picking me out, and I don't know whether to be scared or not.
Do you like feel it with you?
It only really feels weird when I'm at haunted locations.
Well, the first time that I ever like met you guys was for the Conjuring video, right? Lizzie Borden and all that. And then a lot of people were saying like, you guys should have had me see if Colby had an attachment to him or what was following Colby around. Comment after comment was saying that something was with Colby.
Why?
And then I
Do you
told my
think?
mom, he said there was something with them, but it wasn't attached to Colby, it was with Sam. So it's been with you since before I met you.
No way.
But it's
Krass.
never been anything that like can
Wie weit
Wait,
es
so you think this
zurückreicht.
was
Ja.
pre-Conjuring?
I think that this is pre-Conjuring.
Mein Kopf hat Gänsehaut.
We saw it like before
I saw
Lizzie
it before,
Borden.
like, yeah, when I first met you, you had something.
Und alles, was er bis jetzt gemacht hat, hat sich verstärkt.
Vor allem, wie alt ist es jetzt her? Also wie lange ist es jetzt her? Conjuring 1, das Video haben die von einem Jahr? Vor 2 Jahren?
Vor 2.
Ja,
irgendwie sowas. Vor 2 Jahren.
Vor 2 Jahren, glaube ich.
Und da hatten die... Wann haben die Amanda kennengelernt?
Das war da.
Das war das erste
Das war das
Video,
erste,
glaub
gell?
ich. Ja.
Und da
Ja.
hatten die es schon. Da hat sie es schon mitgebracht.
Genau.
Also da hat die Mutter schon gesehen, dass was mit Sam, also
Ja.
an Sam mit Hedgehog. Ui.
Krass.
Heftig. Das war bestimmt The Origin. Das Corby jetzt nicht an die Wand werfen dürfen.
Men or like normally they just have something that they want to get across. Like usually it's family members with their family members or friends with someone with friends.
And it wasn't a family member.
And it wasn't a family member and it wasn't a friend. It was just like an entity with you.
Why did you think to tell me about it?
It's like starting to do things makes me wonder if going to these places.
It's like giving it power in a weird way.
Yeah, like those weren't the words that I was gonna use, but yeah, like almost not feeding into it, but like I mean, it has to enjoy going to these places. Like a lot of the places you go are pretty gnarly, high energy. Tragedies happened, and negative things feed off of negative emotions. Fear, that'll feed them. Last night at dinner, it was standing behind you, probably like this close, just to the right off of your shoulder.
Could you tell if it was male or female, or is it not like that? It's like
I
there's
keep
energy.
saying it for a reason.
Didn't you say it was like the height of
Ich
the
hab Gänsehaut
Yeah,
bekommen.
it's like
Ja, Mann.
yeah,
Allein die Vorstellung.
Oh, wait, okay, I'm so sorry for interrupting, but like, she did not just say that.
Again, we haven't put anything out about this.
No! And she just said it was a fucking child?
So we think.
Well, the height of a child.
A height of a child, okay.
We thought. I don't know if you ever heard of the Sally House. The Sally House is a little girl.
You know, I've met her. My childhood home when I was 12, like I had to move out because there was all these demons attached to it. There was one point I was around 10 years old maybe, and I walked up to my dad in the hallway and I go, Dad, there's a little girl in my room. The only thing that he ever said about it was like, Amanda, I want you to know that I've seen that little girl too. And that was the end. That was the end of the discussion. We never mentioned it again. And then years later, I'm in high school watching like BuzzFeed Unsolved.
Yeah.
That's our favorite YouTube channel.
And the Sally House came up, and they showed this drawing rendition. I'm shaking thinking about her. The down to the sleeves, the braids, the ribbons in her hair. That was the little girl that used to come visit me in my house.
Dude, that is what we have been saying.
Dude, okay, well, this sounds super meta. Like, we were kind of talking to ourselves, like, off camera, like, are we getting, like, too deep with this shit?
Yeah.
Because we were, like, inferring that maybe all these places that we were going to for season 1 all had, like, portals. And this Sally, quote-unquote Sally, whatever it is, was, like, following us through these links.
Sally is not actually a real thing. Sally never existed. Sally was like an apparition to be like, oh, I want to appear to be a little girl and invite people in.
When you were telling me that, it made me mad.
When you just said that, saying you saw it at the Conjuring house, that's what.
Now we're confused because we were like, okay, maybe we just need to go back to the Sally house and, like, drop her off. I don't know.
Go back.
Den Kopf einfach stehen lassen.
Ja.
You've never been to Sally house prior to Conjuring and all that stuff.
This was before the Sally House.
Why would it fall out?
See, that's the question.
That's our main question. So
That's the question.
Yeah, I don't feel like
Weil der einladend
Did
ist.
you tell me before that you had thought Sam had someone attached to him?
Oh!
I told Mackie and your mom about my attachment. Me?
Now I'm so confused because we were like on this whole Sally narrative for so long, and now I'm like,
Das wird er niemals vergessen, dass
like,
sie es
where
ihm
did
nicht
this
gesagt
come
hat.
from?
Nee.
Ja.
Doesn't matter. All we know is that there's
So
something
fies.
attached to you.
Ja.
At least it's not threatening, and we need to get it off of
Er hat
you.
nichts Gelbes an.
However, there have been
Stimmt.
videos where
Ah, das ist was Gelbes.
Es ist vielleicht gar nicht so verkehrt, weil am anderen Ende ist Sam vielleicht noch irgendwas Dummes damit gemacht. Und der ist erfahren.
Ja, ich glaube auch.
Basement to the staircase and up is known as one of the most powerful vortexes, aka a portal.
You heard that, too?
This
Hä, habt ihr das aber auch
Ja,
gehört?
das
Ja,
ist
ist
Flop, oder?
is a vortex and like one of the most powerful in the United States. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's something that you know send the things off. Hey, go
Yeah.
in.
This was like the Disneyland for ghosts, so maybe it's a good spot to send somebody out.
Let's
Disneyland
get to
for
the
ghosts.
speed on why the Stanley Hotel is haunted, and then we'll take a look around.
It actually feels like we've never left in a weird way.
The Stanley Hotel is the most famous and most haunted location in the United States. We're coming
Estes
at
Park.
this investigation way better. We have 3 years
Vielleicht deswegen auch
experience
Estes
under our
Methode.
belts. This time we have a medium, and you'll never
Ha.
guess who we're interviewing
Das kann sein.
today.
Oh, I'm so excited. This is legendary. So why is this place called the Stanley Hotel?
We didn't even cover this last time.
Not at all. So there was a man by the name of F.O. Stanley. He was a very rich, wealthy man. This dude created for his time, which was early 1900s, the fastest car. It was called the Stanley Steamer.
Entschuldigung.
Carpet cleaners?
He also helped Kodak build the first camera. But what's crazy about this story is that when he was 53 years old, he ended up coughing blood. He got
von dem
tuberculosis.
Rapper.
Ja.
We talked about it a lot before on our channel. Back then, since they didn't really have the medical procedures to cure that, the doctor recommended that him and his wife would move to a spot with higher altitude for his lungs with cleaner air. So it's almost like he was placed around this area. Like he had no choice. He was terminally ill, about to die. And then he moved here, magically like recovered, and then ended up building this hotel.
Him and his wife, Flora, was like, hey, I want to bring this town to life. And all centered around his most prized possession,
The Stanley Hotel.
the Stanley Hotel.
And guys, like we were saying before, this is a Disneyland for the spirits here. This was actually just a resort for normal people when it was popping way back in the early 1900s.
It was super high class, too. A lot of people came here just to have a good time.
Teddy Roosevelt and the Emperor of Japan even visited here, just because it was dope.
Most people only come here during the summer. Obviously, it's in Colorado, Estes Park. It's freezing here.
So why do we come here in the winter?
Because the story starts in the winter. The Shining. Stephen King, obviously a very, very well-known writer. A lot of his works have been made into movies and stuff like that. Anyway, he was in a slump. He decided, hey, I want to go on a little vacation to get the juices flowing.
Yeah.
So on his way to find some juice, him and his wife are on the highway. And just like what happened today, they ran into a snowstorm. The last stop that they could make was at the Stanley Hotel. They checked in, and guess what? It was the last day before it closed for the winter.
Huh?
He got the best room in the place, and they informed him when he
Ja,
walked
so
in, he
krass.
was the only one staying here. Stephen King went into
Oh, yeah. So in the movie, the little kid is riding the tricycle. Everybody knows that famous scene. He's going down the hallways, and the two little girls like randomly appear. What's weird is Stephen King's dream was about a fire hose chasing his son.
But that whole nightmare is what created The Shining.
Yes.
And so he woke up in terror in the middle of the night, went out to his balcony, and started smoking a cigarette. Within that 5 minutes, he came up with The Shining as it is today.
Sam and I actually booked that room when we figured out we were gonna come back to the Stanley after our video got the likes. And so we had the room booked under our names for like 2 months. And only like a week ago, we got a call from the Stanley Hotel saying, sorry, you guys can't come in anymore. It's closed for renovations, which is slightly interesting.
Yeah. What renovations do you have to do on a hotel room?
What I'm trying to figure out is, are we doing a part 3 now?
We have to.
God dang it!
Good.
You stay alone in 217, I stay alone up here.
We've got week 2 coming up this year. What if
Jawohl!
sure gets 217? one of us stays in 217.
Tutorial.
Why do you say one of us when I was just like, you're gonna do it?
Okay, fine. What if I stay there alone with a night vision camera on the entire night?
No flashlights. And we duct tape you. Come
What?
on.
No!
To the wall. So you're like,
I'm literally on the ceiling.
for how many likes?
5,000?
1,000?
100,000.
Shit! You wanna see that?
Alone.
That's what I think if I were 1,000 likes. If they don't, we both sleep naked in the same bed.
I'm so down for that.
Das kommt aber nicht auf YouTube. Nein. Das landet nicht auf YouTube. Hoffentlich.
Talking about 217, but what actually happened in that room to make it so haunted?
The whole thing was powered by like electricity, and one day the electricity went out. And so in order to keep this place up and running, they had to turn on the gas. Now there was a weird gas leak that was everywhere. So one day this housekeeper named Elizabeth Wilson lights a match and immediately explodes the entire room.
How did she survive that?
She 100% survived and ended up coming on back.
People that have stayed in this room also feel poltergeist activity, getting touched. Things have been caught like falling over, like doors have been opened.
Ja.
One of the main reports is that their stuff is being moved as if being cleaned up. Beds getting made and stuff like that, like typical housework.
Alter, vor dieser Situation habe ich so Angst.
Stell
Stell dir mal vor, ey, ich oder Eric werden so aus dem Bett rausgezogen. So.
Das fehlt noch.
Run. Einfach nur run.
Besides the story of Elizabeth Wilson in 217, fourth floor is the most haunted floor of this entire hotel, and we have one of the most haunted rooms. And that's just scratching the surface, guys. I think we should talk about who haunts this entire hotel.
Starting with F.O. Stanley and his wife Flora. They kept this as their pride and joy. They would obviously want to come back. F.O. Stanley is most commonly cited at the billiards bar, which we actually didn't get to investigate last time.
No.
He's seen playing pool all the time.
Apparently there's a piano in that room too that he supposedly sits down and plays, but I don't know, it doesn't sound like he's a very malevolent spirit.
Him and his wife Flora are often seen at what is called the vortex. We actually first figured out about what a vortex was here at the Stanley 3 years ago.
Ja,
Vortex
das ist 3
is
Jahre.
two mirrors are facing each
3
other,
Jahre schon.
and there is a giant vortex in the main hallway.
Aber das ist auch ein
Another word for
krasser Ort da.
vortex is
Ja.
a portal. We
Überall
just
Stiegel. Den würde ich so gerne mal sehen.
every single episode on this.
You can't make this shit up.
Literally, it's too perfect.
And I mean, if this is the meeting spot for all spirits, what if we use the vortex to get rid of that attachment?
There has been many sightings, even people putting pictures on the news of these sightings of apparitions.
It is one of the clearest ghost pictures I've ever seen.
Alter.
I think that lady is Flora.
Speaking of Flora, she is one of the most common.
Ja, auch so ein Kind für mich.
Ja, fand ich auch.
The Stanley Hotel was made because of her. Gold, red, and white, that's basically the main colors, are all her choices. The music room downstairs and the concert hall were built for her. She played
Konzerthalle,
many
oh.
concerts there.
Boah, da
Presence
geht's ab.
can be known
Da haben die
if
was
you smell
aufgenommen.
the smell of roses.
Something.
Did we not say it smelled like flowers as soon as we walked into this room? It smells like roses or something. The other thing that's off about Flora, she had been known to be super emotionally volatile. She was kind of always on edge here at the hotel.
Alright, so moving on to Lucy, who is, of course, another little girl ghost that's probably living in Sam's ass.
I don't think we can say little girl. Lucy, she supposedly died from exposure because she was homeless here, and over the winter, she died. Now, there's no documentation of this happening, but that is the legend, and a lot of people have gotten the word Lucy all the time.
Another weird coincidence moment is she probably died around like this time.
So she's known to move objects, again, like we did last time with the lollipops. We literally caught on camera last time her lollipop moving.
Oh, yeah.
What is the true form of Lucy? Is she actually a little girl that just wants to play, or is she using that as a way to connect and attach to people? Lucy just wants a friend. Those were the first words Sally said to us in Fort Henry. So this friend could have been Lucy the entire time.
It's very deep, and this literally goes back to our adventures back in 2019.
Or it could just be a very similar story.
That's kind of up for you to decide. We're going to try to figure that out today. This is it.
Ah, der Worte. Sieht die Eingangshalle aus. Ja.
Beautiful. This is where they all travel in and out from.
First ever owner. In fact, that his portrait right up there. You see his
F.O. This guy is definitely the creepiest, though. I'm not gonna lie.
I wish I could tell you more about these guys, honestly.
Yeah, who is that guy?
He's definitely a lizard person.
You were saying that they hook mirrors facing each other to help the spirits? I thought
Like the move on.
I thought facing mirrors made it like worse.
The thing is that the portal will happen regardless because of the place that we're actually situated on. We are actually founded upon an entire lodestone of limestone quartz, which is a spiritually conductive rock right there. If you want to think about it, it's just a giant spirit battery we're sitting up on top of.
Alter Schwede.
So we should go check that out.
Let's do it.
Guys, welcome to Stanley's tunnel systems.
Guck mal, das ist dieses Mal richtige Tour, ey.
Whoa.
Die will ich auch machen.
Oh ja.
Oh mein Gott.
Wait, did we come in here? We definitely came in here for a second and just saw it.
It was not in our video though.
We're getting a lot of deja vu.
Weirdly, yes. I think we have been in here before.
This is the last original tunnel that has not been caved in. More towards the end of this tunnel right here. Where it's like,
Whoa! 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 What? What?
What was that? Is that just like machinery?
not machinery. There's no machinery above us. It's an empty room.
There's gotta be something.
That sounds like it's over there.
Yeah, no, it's
Hier, oder?
above us.
Hier gehen wir hin. Lol. Hm? Das nicht so.
Ja, doch, als würde da jemand gerade zum Stuhl vielleicht.
Ja.
So it's definitely above us. Right now, not entirely too sure. It is pretty late. Also, this crevice right here has captured some paranormal activity.
Oh mein Gott.
Down in here, yeah?
It looks like Gollum.
Oh my god, that just looked like
Lol.
What the fuck? Wirklich?
Hallo,
Da,
Gollum.
oben, über der Mitte. Das ist Gollum.
Ich hab's nicht gesehen.
Schau mal zurück.
Ja.
Ja, genau da.
Guck
Mal.
Da.
Das ist Gollum.
Das ist Gollum.
Oh mein Gott.
What the fuck? Hä, man sieht es nicht so.
Ja.
Schatz.
Precious.
You guys said it first, not me.
This is the battery.
This is the battery right here. You guys want to see something particularly terrifying?
Yeah.
You get your light right on this side of the truss right here. You see that wooden shim sticking out the left side of the truss?
Like right there?
Right there. That is the hardest working thing in the Stanley Hotel because turns out that shim right there carries the majority weight of the hotel, and if it gives out, we slide off the side of the Rockies, becoming the largest pile of rubble here in Estes Park.
What? There's a golem dude crawling around this area. What the fuck?
I mean, if I was coming back here to hunt this place, I would want this to still be a hotel so people keep coming around.
Sure.
People
Have your home there, you know?
Exactly.
Wow.
You have to have the place.
Exactly.
Is there anybody in
Was
there?
that not down there?
No, that wasn't there for sure.
So you know how
Oh Jesus Maria, das wird
Geht ja jetzt schon ab.
crazy.
You guys know how we do this little method called the Estes method? Well, we did not realize
Wenn die heute nicht
this
dabei ist.
method was created in Estes Park by a guy named Connor Randall at the Stanley Hotel.
Lord,
Imagine the full circle moment. The first investigation we ever bought a spirit box was here. We are going to interview the founder of the Estes method at Stanley
Richtig krass.
Hotel.
Hey, wie
I don't know if
cool.
he's ever done this before.
I don't know. Let me find out. Here we go.
Let's go talk to her.
Guys are here at the legend.
Thanks. My name is Connor Randall. I've been a paranormal investigator for
Der ist noch so
about
jung.
15 years now. Started when I was just a young teenager, and then I worked here at the Stanley running their paranormal program in a lot of ways, and was one of the resident paranormal investigators up here for 5 years.
Wow.
Pretty much like lived up at the hotel and know it like the back of my hand. Yeah, so I got you. Have had a lot of fun diving really deep into paranormal experiments, parapsychological experiments. The weirder the better.
You kind of take a more scientific approach to it, right?
Sure. I'm really device-based. I appreciate having instruments. That said, I've learned a lot about the human body as an instrument as well.
Oh.
Being here and working here for 5 years,
Yeah.
I was able to see a long-term view of
For
what this
sure.
place is like, which is unusual. Most people come in and out for a few nights. I think it's haunted because people believe that it's haunted. Imagine it as sort of like a beacon of light where it's like, this is a place where you will be listened to. You could have bet that 365 nights of the year, there's probably at least one person here who wants to talk to the ghost.
True.
That's a really good point. Have you ever heard of something called an egregore or an egregore? It's kind of like that in a sense, right?
It's a thought force. Now, I've heard a lot of stories of like historical spirits here, where it's like, oh, F.O. Stanley, the old owner, people will see him in the lobby. Mrs. Wilson in room 217. People hear children running up and down the hallway because we're on the 4th floor, right? A lot of the people who experienced activity here, it wasn't from somebody in an old Victorian dress, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's more modern.
Yeah.
So does that mean you believe in attachments?
No, I think so. I think it's possible.
You're saying the haunts could have been brought here and or other things could have come here through, let's say, the vortex?
Sure.
And
Whatever you want to call it.
What would you call that?
I would call it a beacon of attention.
Here's the famous hedge maze. Dun, dun, dun. Yo, we're never gonna see him again.
Okay, so this is what literally happened in the movie. He ran this way. He turned the corner. And remember, this kid was so smart, he like got rid of his snow track.
Yeah.
And then he ran the other way. Like it was, dude, I love that.
Dude.
Hit me, boy.
Oh, yeah, that's scary.
This is a concert.
F.O. built this for Flora.
Flora Stanley, since this was kind of built as a love letter to her, has been seen walking across this very stage. In fact, she usually enters from stage right over there, and pensively walks back and forth across the before exiting the stage right again. They kind of play a loop as if you're watching a 3D movie.
Residual.
You may have done your research on them beforehand, but we do have Lucy, Paul, and Dennis that walk in this very concert hall even to this day. Dennis, however, is the one person that we do not want to meet here tonight because Dennis has the unfortunate attribute of leaving scratches on the backs of people's necks, arms, and backs when he does the ride here.
Do you know if they used to have
Okay,
like,
das klingt frech.
stuff?
Keep that in mind because I want to tell you a little bit more about that.
You were just talking.
I was before we went to dinner. Mackie and I were in our room. This woman walked in and she was in a white dress and like woven sun hat. You know what I mean? It was like beige. She just like stopped and looked at me and she was super polite. She goes, "Good afternoon." And I said it was almost like she was stuck in a little loop. The other thing I thought was like I kept seeing Ouija boards.
Sick. Okay.
Sick.
One of the most active spirits we ever ran into here was a spirit named Lucy and a spirit named Eddie. Now, a lot of people have heard of Lucy.
Yes, she's pretty famous.
She's supposedly a young homeless woman who froze to death outside. My teammates and I, we never found anything about a young woman who died from exposure in her. But you'd think they would know if somebody was living in the basement. I don't know what started the story, and I don't really think that the story of Lucy is true, but
Something is.
I've interacted with Lucy, and maybe you guys have interacted with her.
So what brought her here?
So either something is wearing the hat, acting.
I'm sorry. That's just everything that we've been like talking about.
Body chill.
Me too.
This whole place could be haunted by one ghost who just likes to come disguised.
Like it's a puppeteer of a bunch of.
Possible. If you take 10,000 people on a ghost tour for 15 years and you tell them this story of this homeless woman who died and it's so sad, etc., etc., perhaps it's possible that they created the consciousness of the spirit themselves.
I see.
Oha,
Krass.
Ja.
Her and like.
Warum nicht?
We've gotten her. We've gotten her voice. I've heard her do a sing-song humming in empty buildings and rooms.
Have you seen the lollipop thing happen or no?
I'm not sure. I think that might be the same sort of trick, like the Ouija board, where there's something going on here. I'm not sure.
Denn
I don't know
das
about
Trick.
that, but I do know I have audibly
Ouija
caught
board's the trick.
voices of a young woman answering to Lucy.
That. Yo, I recognize this room.
You do?
It was on like the news for closing doors and stuff.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Welcome to Lucy's room here, guys. What we do
Krass.
with Lucy is actually
gerade alle einzugegangen?
Ja.
Nee.
Ich glaube, das haben die gerade nur so gemacht.
Ich glaube auch.
In this very room. For some reason, we were still able to afford a caretaker. One of the
Hä, aber warum hat
theories
sie dann
goes
so
that
dahin
he came here
geguckt?
one night looking for Lucy.
Gleich kommt
to
noch.
find her frozen, dead corpse.
Die werden doch schon längst ausgerastet, wer die von selbst
One
machen.
right here.
Right there?
Da haben wir da vorne Leiche gefunden.
Scratching.
Wait, stop. Don't say that.
Oh, I see it. It's like a tiny bit of red.
It looks like two marks right there.
Y'all started listening things like this. I gotta get out of here. You know that, right? Yeah. I gotta come back to this job. That is Lucy's closet. That was the one thing she favored during her life to hide away from that same caretaker.
For sure.
Katze in der Tüte, alles gut.
She actually looked down and left of it, you can still see what the original tunnel system is.
Ui.
Why do I barely remember
Wie
that?
gruselig.
remember that too.
Was sind Rohre in einem Tunnel? Ja. Das ist so
gruseliger.
Ist das so aus wie er?
Was the worst experience I've had
Wie
here?
der?
Okay.
Ja.
And you've only been working here for what, 3 months?
3 months.
Oh my god, so it's recent. Yo!
10 seconds.
Solid 10 seconds. Yep.
Who's Eddie?
Eddie is really interesting. We started to notice over and over again who we initially called the smelly man. Because we didn't know anything else about him. There would be this like bad BO smell that would come through, and then an object would move. And so it was like, what's
In front of your eyes?
yeah, sometimes.
Whoa!
Wow.
I saw a flashlight jump up once. We've had doors and windows slam in our face.
Oh my god.
Things not be where you left them here occasionally. Eddie was the name that we got initially because a whole bunch of people who said they were psychics or mediums would start to just say that name, and we're like, I don't know about that. And then we started to get it on devices over and over again. Edward, Eddie, and it would usually be followed by some scary words sometimes. Blood, anger, blah, 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 something like that. It almost seemed like it was in sort of a hokey way, like he was trying to scare people in a sense, because nothing ever really bad happened. It started to become more and more to the point where he was essentially our most active spirit.
Wow.
And when we started doing the Estes method, it was him that would talk over and over again. People would feel kisses on their cheek. They would feel a slap or a touch on the behind. There would be a lot of object moving. I don't want to say that Eddie has like, oh, he's all my ghost, he's followed me, but then some stuff started to happen in my home as well.
Wait.
And so, so we're like following you. Well, I mean, I kind of left an open invitation, to be honest. I was like,
Show the world right now that you can cause some damage if you really wanted to.
open invitation. I don't know.
Ja, Sally House.
Fabrik. Investigator all the time, man. Yeah. What are you doing? Yeah. I think that Eddie came up here with somebody in 2013 and was getting attention and stuck around. So much of the stuff that you hear about, like the old-fashioned ghosts, are very much sort of residual entities, right? It's like a record of time is broken and it keeps replaying.
Yes, yes.
Frankly, I noticed more in the winter time than in the summer. And we're here right now. Yeah, good luck. Concert hall is where the majority of my interactions took place.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Maybe that's sort of their space to have some space. In fact, a lot of interactions with Lucy were in the basement of the concert hall, which is allegedly where she was staying.
For sure.
When Eddie started to come around, we started to notice a little bit less from Lucy and the other spirits. There was another ghost named Paul we used to talk to.
He was like a drunk guy, or
Immer
like he
wieder
likes
das
alcohol
Gleiche.
or
He
something.
was, I guess, an old
Das ist
security
wie ein
guard
Gollum.
over to your back who passed away shoveling snow, had a heart attack.
Oh, gotcha.
So he'll walk around the outbuildings at night, you'll hear his keys jingling, and hey, you gotta get out of here.
This is what is known as Paul's room.
Why did you close the door? What the fuck?
I know I gotta practice doing that all the time to spook people. But yeah, you can even see right there that is a little tribute left to Paul himself. A bit of a jack of all trades kind of guy around here. Definitely more your groundskeeper, maintenance guy, but more than anything, he loved to play security guard. He would only work with us from about 1985 till about 2005, because the winter of 2005, he was shoveling those very steps outside the concert hall when he got set for a heart attack. This is the one room where he shows up the most. I can move you to the most haunted part right here. It's gonna be the main hall of the basement, turns out.
Let's see it.
So I know it may not seem as like tight or as oppressive as the other rooms, but it is the most haunted room here. It is because of that very mirror, right?
Wait, actually?
Actually, yeah. Back in the 80s, it was dropped off at our doorstep. We don't know where it came from. We don't know who dropped it off. We have over 13 known spirits here in the concert hall alone.
Whoa.
I'm glad you caught that, because with the thinner top and the more bulbous bottom right there, chances are that would be a woman going to one of the parties here during her life.
Wow.
We had a family on our tour right here, and they would be joined by a spirit
Oh no.
here again
Alter!
through the other side.
Hello.
If it's not early 1900s, it's pretty close. I mean, it's been redone.
Ich bin's, die Maul hier.
Do you guys hear something? What's up?
It sounds like there was people upstairs. Like it sounded like people were talking and walking.
Where did you hear that coming from?
Kind of like up
Like, yeah,
this
I
area.
heard that way.
Like up and to the left.
That's just the concert hall, but you know, our patrons, especially that one photo I did show you of that woman in that kind of dress right there, spirits do like to just pop around and mingle a lot of the times upstairs too.
You were the founder and inventor of the SS method?
Yeah, that's correct.
That's
crazy!
legendary. That is legendary.
Yeah, it kind of blew up.
We started using the SS method maybe 6 months ago.
Yeah, in the Conjuring House.
And it's literally like changed the way we investigate.
Yeah.
Was it created in the Stanley Hotel or just Estes?
Yeah, in Stanley. Mostly in the basement of the concert hall.
Oh!
So we have to do it in the basement.
We have to.
That's the original spot. The Estes method is a parapsychological experiment. One person is what you call the receiver, and they'll listen to a spirit box. A spirit box is the device that scans through radio frequencies really quickly. And that person is sitting in their own world. They can't hear anything that's going on around them, and they say what they hear come over the box. The other people in the room are the questioners.
You said you watched a video too.
Yeah.
Of ours. Do you have any like tips or that would make this better for us in the future?
For sure. Not only have I spent, trying not to brag, like probably 200 hours like listening to the box, sort of being under. I have people sending me their sessions now as well. Here's my top tips. If you're the receiver, if you're listening, you want to be as comfortable as possible. You want to sit back. If you can find a rocking chair, that's even better. That sort of like rocking back and forth motion can help you enter into that trance-like state a little bit faster.
Do you think being in a trance-like state like helps you concentrate or something like that?
Absolutely. I think you need to sort of empty your mind and become as much of a conduit as you can.
It's almost like meditating in a way, right?
It's very meditative, and it's important that you don't editorialize. Don't say, it sounded like a male voice said banana. You're putting yourself too much into it. All you would say is just banana. As you're sitting back and listening, some things might start to happen to you. That means that you're entering into a really good session. It's possible that your eyes will start to water. That actually happens to people who are under hypnosis as well. You need to have a good system for waking the person back up. It's really scary if you just shake somebody on the shoulder.
We do that every time.
It's funny. I mean, if you want to do it for comedic value, but like sometimes people will implement smells so they can sort of more gently wake up like that. For the questioner, everybody else in the room, you want to be control questions. Every few minutes, I'll ask something really random.
Kann ich gerne mit dir machen.
Any kind of bird, something that the person on the box wouldn't necessarily be expecting you to ask. If you're sitting in the room and I'm like, oh, I'm in the room with the ghost of Maggie, who was a maid. The person who's
Lizzie Borden? Lizzie, do you know that?
The person who's on the box, they're gonna have that in their mind.
Dang, we've been doing this kind of wrong, dude.
Das wenden die dann bestimmt heute auch alles an.
I think that if you sit somebody down and you tell them you're going to be hearing weird noises over this box, we want you to say what you're hearing. I think that they might enter into a perfect sort of trance state. They become a conduit, and it almost is like the words are being psychically received. What's putting those words in their mind? It could be the entities out there, or it could be that they're picking up on the psychic impressions of the people around them. It's the human body as an instrument of
Wie
communication.
bei Selina im ersten Video, da hat sie ja auch gesagt, das war, als würden die Wörter einfach vor ihrem Auge
Well, say,
erscheinen.
well, it's just in your mind, but in my view, that doesn't mean that something didn't put it there.
Es ist halt, wenn du einmal rausgefunden hast, wie du dich konzentrieren kannst, denke ich halt schon, dass es einfach ist.
No, we're 6, they're 428.
We're 428? Yes.
Careful, guys, you might get a cowboy kissing on you here.
TV is definitely on.
Yeah, and we definitely didn't have it on.
Wait, so is this the billiards room right here?
This would be the billiards room.
I see.
Apparently, this is where FO is seen to be playing some billiards. FO Stanley balls right there.
In fact, you see those ones that are yellow right there? Those are made of 100% pure ivory. This very mirror right there has copper visages of FO and Flora walking in lockstep. Our scary Mary would take about 4 of our tour guides down to Lucy's room to where she would pull out a Ouija board and they would try to contact the dead. It only lasted there about 10 minutes though, because after lights on it, 2 of the tour guides were passed out, not being able to be woken until 5 minutes after lights on.
Holy shit.
Oh yeah, one of the other tour guides, he had apparently seen a dog standing about 2 inches away from his face. A dog? He was bared and his back looking like it was about to strike.
Oh my god.
And it looked like anything between a Doberman, a German Shepherd, and a wolf. According to a lot of different people, that's what's known as a black dog or a hellhound right there.
If you see a hellhound or like a black dog like that, you're about to die. Like it's like a sign, like it's an omen.
If you do make a deal with the devil and your time is about to come, he sends his hounds to collect your soul.
That's fucked. And I mean, they were playing with the Ouija board, so like,
Yeah,
it's the worst point.
That kind of stuff right
No Ouija boards. I'm talking to you.
sagt er.
Oh mein
Oh
Gott.
mein Gott, geil.
Room noise alone.
Krass.
And then you add the box on top of that. There's no
Das ist
need
echt
to put this
krass.
on anybody, even if you think they're faking
For
it.
sure.
Der hat bestimmt
Not gonna
Premium
hear
bestes
anything.
Equipment.
I've had success with both AM
Den
and
Koffer an.
FM. I tell people to
Guck dir den
relax
Koffer
as much as possible
Ja.
and start to rock with the rhythm of
Yo!
Koffer ist
wait,
echt Qualität.
You
Ja.
subconsciously do that all the time. For some
Der
random
Koffer
reason, you
kann
just did that automatically.
Yeah.
Wow.
Merkt euch das fürs
That's
Leben.
cool.
You pick it up.
Kein Koffer, kein
Hey.
You could be a really good receiver. And with some practice, you could get to the point where you have solid communication, I'm sure.
See, that is something I really, really, really want to work on in season 2, is just like being that sort of meditative like person instead of freaking out in every situation.
You are the Stanley though, but you'll be fine. You know. So, one of the other things we use sometimes is headphone splitters. Have two people listen to the box at the same time.
Oh!
No.
This was the
God,
box we used to
Ich hab so ein
create
Ding.
method.
No way!
This one. So this was the old tour guide stickers, and we would.
Das
That
ist
was
genau
the
das, was die
original
auch haben.
box that created the SS.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's time to do that.
Das ist
assessment.
der allererste.
Ja, guck mal, Premium, Augenklappen.
So see what we got.
Ja, die haben wir auch.
Okay,
No.
okay.
We had one question.
Wer nicht?
He's gone.
Yeah, he's 100%. Touch it. There you go.
So if there are
Park.
Der muss ja
Now, he's
reden.
going to be hearing stuff, and we want to make sure we can sort of direct the conversation and see if this is just radio noise or see if this is communication, right? If there are any spirits here, my name's Connor, this is Colby and Sam. You might recognize all of us. We've all been here, and we want to speak
Lisa.
with you, and we'd like to say hello.
We want to talk to you, want to communicate with you.
Test.
And I am asking this as a favor of any spirit who's
Okay.
here, the Stanley who's listening now, if you could get prepped for tonight.
Here.
Tonight they're going to be working through some methods and some experiments here at the hotel. I know that there's a lot of ghosts here, and I want to give you permission to speak.
Der
through
redet
them.
richtig
They're very
friedlich mit
Ja.
denen.
They're ready to talk.
Wow.
Hey, 5 Jahre Training.
Ja, echt
Ja,
so.
stimmt.
All of your thoughts sort of leave your mind.
5 Jahre lang nur mit Geistern geredet.
Ja, der hat mehr mit denen geredet als mit Menschen.
I want to know if you can see us.
Vor allem, wie er macht so. Der sagt was und dann so.
Ooh, you are
Wow.
familiar with us.
Probably know
You.
him. I've been here a while too.
He's back.
Hey, he's back.
Das ist eine Fangemeinde da.
Hey.
Hi. It's good to be here with you. We're in room 428. If anybody in the hotel can hear me right now, and we want to
Er
speak.
macht's halt so null gruselig.
Arm.
We're gonna have him on this box, and then later on tonight, they're gonna really experiment.
Look.
Can you name what you want us to look at?
The stairs.
Oh,
That's cool.
the stairs as in like the vortex?
Are you describing the stairs? What does the carpet on the stairs look like? I simply want to know if you can see what we can see.
Where you been?
Schon gehört.
Sounds like he's talking to you.
I've
Hey.
been out there exploring in other parts
Sieht
of
so
the
aus, mit
country.
Kobe Musik
You're
hören,
welcome
wieder mit dem
to
Kopf
come
so.
on.
Ja.
You must
Ja,
come.
da kommt die ganze Zeit so.
Ja.
Nee, 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 nee.
I'm here.
Yo, that's
That's
awesome.
really nice.
Oh my
I
goodness.
miss you all too. Are you a spirit I've talked to before in this hotel?
I was there.
When
LOL.
was that? 10 years ago? 7 years ago?
You already know. Music.
Lucy's the one who would like music sometimes, so it could be her too.
Okay, maybe.
I had to.
Are you talking about the concert hall, or is there a certain type of music you'd like Sam and Colby to play for you?
Basement.
Basement of the concert hall, right?
That's where they hang out.
Yeah.
If they go to the basement of the concert hall later, will you speak with them?
I'm there.
Wow. Oh my god.
Over there.
Yeah, over there at the concert hall.
Like I said, once you turn
Communicate.
that beacon on,
Yes! Once you turn it on, they can
know where they
communicate.
are. He literally has an antenna in his hands, and in a sense is becoming an antenna.
The last like 2 months.
Alter.
Maybe that was what he read pretty stairs.
Das ist schlau.
Yeah, so maybe he's answering that.
Das habe ich jetzt nicht verstanden.
Was der Kobe hält ja so die Antenne fest.
Through all
Er
of
hat
our
gemeint,
sessions.
so als würde er im Prinzip auch so die Antenne werden für die anderen.
Hä,
Das
oha.
haben die bis jetzt nie gemacht.
Ja.
Und er hat das erklärt, so, dass
Dass das alles
Der
Selbst
menschliche
Deutschland hat das
Körper
schön
auch-
gemacht.
ja, anscheinend kann der menschliche Körper auch als eine Art Kommunikationsgerät
Ja.
genutzt werden. Deswegen hat er den Finger drauf, muss man achten. Heftig.
Oh mein Gott, ey.
Finger oben wird man nicht loben.
Thought that she was from this place called the Sally House.
Here.
Me here. But
Right up top.
we have a medium here with us today, and she believes could
This
have
is
been Lucy and or someone prior.
This was before the Sally House.
I wouldn't expect it to be literal spirit Lucy, like I said. But
Yeah, that's what we're like worried about is someone who's impersonating Lucy.
possible. I think that there's haunted people, not haunted places, in that sense. There's another thing that you'll notice. And
music.
I kind of like that he's not going to hear this, and I'll just throw it to you, because see if it happens later on. Sometimes they don't answer your questions directly, but they make you aware that they can see what's happening in the room. You'll walk across the floor, and they'll say, 7 steps
Next one.
across the floor. You know, it's like they're watching.
You should.
Yeah,
They're not answering directly.
that makes sense. We'll watch out for that too.
See if that
Indirect
happens.
answers.
Is there, like, perhaps a...
Name.
Yeah, I was gonna say name.
No way you were
like a name that you could give us, whether it be one of our names or your name.
I know her.
Perhaps you could at some point give her a sign.
I'm trying.
I know.
Thank you. We just want to have you stick around with us so you can communicate later tonight. Do you think you could do that? You could stay with us?
Come find out.
No way. Oh my god. Okay.
Let's try one more control just to see if you can still hear me from the concert hall.
No.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Maybe. Did you say Eddie? Go.
He's a jokester.
Didn't you say Eddie was a
His
jokester?
nickname was Asshole, actually. There's
Concert.
Whoa.
If there's a name down in the concert hall that you'd like to go by later tonight, or a name that can trigger that it's you.
It's been a while.
The same spirit that we're talking with.
Could you give us a hint?
Colby. Oh my god.
Wow.
Wait, didn't we ask to recognize who?
One of us.
Yeah.
You.
We got the description of the stairs a few minutes later too.
Yeah.
Watching.
He's doing well. I imagine when he takes it off, hopefully he had a really empty.
The keys.
Just as a final question.
Friend.
No way. I was literally gonna ask that. I don't know if that ruins that, but wow.
Friend.
No way!
What the
A long
fuck?
time ago, someone that was with me said that they just wanted to hang out to become friends. Was that you?
Yes.
Renn.
No way.
Thank you for answering.
Thank you so much.
We'll be speaking with you later tonight as well. So I'm just gonna kind of tap gently around him because I don't want to totally jar him away.
Okay.
Nicht direkt anfassen. Ja.
Aber warum?
Irgendwie ausstreckt so. Ja.
Ja.
Du willst ihn wieder sanfter rausholen.
Das ist ja wie so eine Art Trance, wo er dann reingeht.
Richtig meditieren, sich reinfühlen, die Stange anfassen.
Ich will die auch unbedingt machen. Wenn wir das Equipment haben, will ich als allererstes.
Aber denk dran, Finger an der Antenne.
Ist der Finger auch, wird man nicht loben.
And Lucy, yeah.
Finger an der
Oh mein Gott, das wäre so
It's just
crazy.
weird to me that we actually have this entire place to ourselves. The music room, okay.
This was where hauntings kind of started.
Right here?
Turns out Flora Stanley, she was a leader of that spiritualism movement. Can you guys think yes now she would attend the wives?
Ouija board sesh?
Not quite.
Damn it.
Seances?
Seances.
Do you know if they used to have like spiritual parties here and stuff?
Laura Stanley held seances here at the hotel.
And then she died and this becomes USA's most haunted hotel.
1909, all the way up until about 30 or so years, I would say.
Wow.
We should bring it back.
For you guys, I'm able to do this one thing, and that is lift a little bit. Lifting it reveals the keys right here. And the funny thing is that if you ever find
The keys. I said the keys. In the... I'll tell you later. I'll tell you later. Shit.
usually hear a G minor being played at the center of rosebuds, kind of wafting around it.
Rosebuds.
That would be Flora.
Smells like roses or something. Yeah, our room reeks of flowers.
Reeks of flowers.
Yeah.
It's like
We walked in and...
smell.
That might be Flora.
Like someone took mist and like sprayed it around the room when we walked in.
Okay.
Thank Thank you, man. I appreciate it so much. Like, this was so fun.
Obviously, go check him out. He created the Estes method. Knows probably more about Stanley than anybody else in the world. So, guys, give him a big thank you. Us.
Connor J. Randall. That's me online. Anytime I'll answer any questions.
Sounds like we have a crazy investigation to do tonight.
Jetzt geht's und dann gemacht.
Holy! Yo! Oh my god, you cannot be serious.
I cannot believe.
We've seen a lot of ghosts. That was the most terrifying thing.
Ja, so Blumenfisch. Okay, das sah auch kurz aus wie Blumen.
Hä?
Da war was.
Mach mal wieder zurück. Ich glaube, ich habe es sogar auch.
Was?
Hello?
Ich habe gar nichts mitbekommen gerade.
Ganz kurz zurück.
Ghosts, but I swear that was the most terrifying thing we've ever seen.
Nee, okay, ich glaube, ich habe es mir eingebildet.
Hello?
That was scarier than anything.
Ja.
You guys came prepared. The famous freaking mirror. 1, 2, 3.
Hätte ich mich umgezogen.
We back at the Stanley, guys.
Soll ich die ganze Zeit Kursierurlaub?
Cool, will ich machen.
Ist da nicht das Ding kaputt gegangen?
Ja, das war da. Da
Ja.
ist die erste Methode. Das Gerät ist besser.
Minimal.
Someone to go for limited time, so
Go! First spot of investigation, we decided to do it right in front of Mr. Stephen King's room, 217. Could you imagine somebody just opened the door?
Yes, because that happened last time you knocked on the door.
That was 100% knock. Not even count.
housekeeping. We're back here, 217.
What was that?
I'm dead.
We just finished a tour here at the Stanley Hotel. We just
Finger.
talk to anybody that's here.
Der hat den Finger falsch.
Ich glaube, das ist nur während der Estes-Methode.
Talk. What room are we in front of right now? What was that?
Do you recognize any of us?
I cannot tell what that says. It only does this after you ask the questions. So just answer it.
Anybody want to talk to us?
Me?
Yeah.
20 years.
Did you used to work in this hotel?
I know.
Do you recognize the name Stephen King?
I was in different language. That sounded like Latin.
Oh God! Do you recognize us? A group. Can you tell us the number of people that are here?
Oh shit. What?
Doesn't that guy evil?
No, he's a trickster.
Is he no?
No.
Is this Ed we're talking to? Do you know a guy named Connor? I definitely could. Is anyone following us around today? Something.
Parliament.
I really want to speak with Eddie.
Out or don't?
Eddie always says things like that. Do you want us to go to a different building?
Maybe. Okay, so we've been trying this for about like 10 minutes now. It sounds like something is trying to like communicate back to us, like for sure. And it could be Eddie.
The fact that it was playing music over and over and over and over again just makes me think that they wanted us to go to the concert hall. Flora was a classically trained pianist.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
I don't know if we got any like Elizabeth Wilson in 217, but maybe we would have to be in there.
Definitely something was talking to us.
Yeah. Let's move on.
Red rum. Oh God. This is so scary.
Oh my God. Hast du das auch schon gemacht?
Ja.
Red rum.
Why did you do that?
Oh
my god, that's freaking terrifying, dude.
You still don't even look like ours.
Thanks for letting us use your wet lipstick.
Oh yeah.
Anything for the video. Look at both flat.
I'm so sorry.
Investigation is here at room 428. If you know from last time, this was our most successful investigation. Apparently, ghosts hate vacuums.
Zieht's euch rein!
Yes.
Ja.
Und danach alles von uns.
So excited for
Alles.
Wow. Ah, sie holen eine Demo raus.
Oh mein Gott.
That's how we end the video.
Alright. See you next time.
That's cool. You guys ever play Luigi Mansion? All that shit was sucked and goes up. That's it. Alright, let's start investigating. So,
Speaking of this cowboy that's in here, he's apparently supposed to be at the foot of the bed.
yes.
Put this little rim pod right there.
Dude, the REM pod has been clutch these past few investigations. Like, it's. As I say that,
In der Decke.
Mhm.
Schöner Kreis.
as I say that.
It's like he's walking by.
Wow.
No way!
What?
Can you go and touch that red light again?
That was perfect timing.
Hooray!
What? Can you make that thing go off again? Just go touch this light right here. Oh my god!
Sie hat geschlagen.
Thank you.
You
Holy shit.
Hey, Enjos, Flugmodus.
Us, we were here 3 years ago in this very room.
It's like, nah, I only care about girls. Whoa!
He's like, yo.
Why did you say I don't care about girls?
Do you like to kiss women in this room?
Be honest. We hear that you like to kiss women in their sleep in this room. Is that true?
In their sleep? That is so creepy. Oh my god.
Alter. Das Ding,
Der war noch nie an,
das
oder?
Ding muss man einfach schütteln, damit es angeht.
Was that you sitting down?
What's that? Just crazy. If you're still here with us, can you make our REM pod go off again like you did before? Go and touch that light real quick.
If you want us to leave, just turn on one of the devices one last time and we'll leave.
It doesn't answer us for that long.
I want to know why it wants us to leave.
Or what if? Do you only want the boys to leave?
Now he wants us all to get the fuck out.
Fuck all of you. Alright, kissing cowboy. You want Matthew and I to leave and just the boys to stay?
Maybe he was literally like, yo, no, this is my last time. Like, I want you guys to leave.
Yeah, get out of here.
He was answering questions. Get the cab home. I was like, no.
Yeah.
I don't recognize you guys. Get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a lot of energy to use that.
We're gonna go to the concert hall. We want to invite you to come with us. If you want to come talk to us over there, you're fully welcome. If you're gonna follow us over to the concert hall, can you make that REM pod go off on the count of 3? 1, 2, 3.
Oh mein Gott.
Alter, die ganze Zeit nix.
Oh mein Gott.
Not on 1, not on 2, it went off on 3.
No, okay, thank you.
Bro, I swear I saw someone over there right before it went off. Sitting on the foot of the bed. Scared the shit out of me. It looked like a shadow. It looked like a shadow.
Dude, the timing.
That's undeniable.
Yeah.
At the very beginning of today, you said you felt like a presence in here. Do you still feel that or anything?
Yes. It doesn't feel like it's malevolent. Like, it just feels like... Even when you asked, like, do you want to come with us? It kind of felt like a whole, I don't need an invitation to come with you.
Alright, well, let's go to the most haunted part of the state.
Right after.
Dieser Blick einfach. Ich lieb's.
One more time. What do you got there?
Well, these are some dome-domes. Lucy interacts with these. And we're going to the concert hall right now where she wants it.
Apparently everybody knew
that the concert hall was the most haunted spot except for us last time. We came back just for you. So why not freaking go
Der
down
Blumen
and
dabei?
like the video?
Ja, das sind auch so Blumen irgendwie.
Das ist so komisch, wenn man seine Stirn
Sarah!
Free.
That makes us happy.
Don't you want to make us
He's
happy in
gross.
this blizzard of a snowstorm?
Can't feel my nose.
We love you.
Man sich nicht über große Stirne lustig.
We got
Okay.
secret
Was
access
nicht?
from our boys. Oh god. It almost feels like thick, almost.
Ja, das ist ein
You
Blumen.
get that? Like almost stuffy type of feeling?
You chose the word thick.
No, like you're walking through yogurt type of thing.
Was?
Like Jello.
Jello, yeah, that's what. Yeah. I just really like a big. Holy shit!
So that same mirror I was telling you about downstairs?
A mirror?
Turns out we actually got an extra photo here, and it lets us know that we do have at least 13 spirits in this building alone. In fact, the person who would take this would immediately leave the tour afterwards, because that's the only person in the photograph right there.
Was?
That's the only person?
Yep, that'll be the only person.
Warte, was?
Hä? Das ist nur sie eigentlich, hat das Foto gemacht.
Where's that flash?
That flash is from the phone that she's holding right there. According to Christian theology, that is what a demon is right there. From where he was standing in the photo to where she was taking it, he would probably be about 7'8", somewhere around this tall right here.
That's tall as hell.
Yeah.
He probably played basketball in real life.
Oh yeah.
He wasn't a demon.
Alter, ich glaube, ich käme im Leben nicht mehr klar. Hätte ich ein Selfie gemacht.
Ja.
Und dann habe ich plötzlich so ein Gruppenfoto, Alter.
Aber wie das aussah, das sah aus.
Als wär's so gewesen.
Diese Linsen, wo man so durchguckt und dann.
Mach mal Pause. Genau.
Diese Linsen, wo man so durchguckt und dann sieht man so ein Bild so ganz oft so.
Ja, genau.
Genau so sah das aus. Als hätte dieses Foto gemacht und dann wäre das wie so ein Dimensionsbruch in diesem Foto gewesen.
Ja.
Heftig.
Fuck.
Wow.
Weiter geht's.
Yeah. Sorry.
Wir haben gerade was verpasst, weil die haben nach da geguckt.
Oh nein!
Echt?
Somewhere around this tall right here.
That's tall as hell.
Yeah.
He probably played basketball in real life.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He wasn't a demon. Circumstances.
Demon on the court right there.
Let's go. Flora is mostly seen like walking around here while playing piano up there.
Actually, you want to go up to the one place where we do see the shadow forms appear some of the time?
Yes, we do.
Right, these up here would be where some of the more VIP guests would stay. Echo and Flora would sit roughly right around here looking on into the concert head.
Oh, that's awesome.
This is where the shadow forms have been known to appear. In fact, Eddie and Paul also like to appear here from time to time to kind of get an overlook of the concert hall.
The girl that I saw in our room earlier is Flora. She's in the concert hall with us.
Wait, the girl that's in your room? Oh,
Yeah,
that
Flora.
visited you earlier?
That showed me the Ouija board?
Yeah.
That was Flora.
Is she saying something to you, or is she just showing you things?
No, I just saw her. Like, I haven't had like anything pop up yet. I definitely know that she's here with us.
Wow.
Does she look the same?
She looks the exact same. She looks nothing like any of the pictures I've seen her in. She's showing up as like probably like 25.
If you died, why would you come back as like your old self? Why not like 25 years old?
Just so you guys know, we have a flashlight set up there, right there. We heard that Flora likes flowers. Flora literally means flowers.
I think
Is
Kamera.
there any way you can make
Heißt,
yourself
die geht jetzt grad richtig
drop
dran.
some flowers? You can go touch that flashlight up there. That'll be a good way to let us know that you're here.
It sounds so weird, but like when she showed me the Ouija board earlier in the room, I knew it wasn't in a bad way. Because like normally Ouija boards freak me out because I won't mess with that kind of thing. But like
Flashlight's on.
I can come
Fuck.
and give you company.
Und da ist so ein...
Ja.
Sie, oh mein Gott!
starting to
Das
come
ist
up
so
with
richtig
you,
komisch.
stop
war Staub.
Glaub
Nein.
Das ist so... Das war voll fett dafür, dass es Staub war, aber trotzdem weit entfernt.
I really like her. Like I feel like I relate to her a lot.
In that case, that was the creepiest one.
She's waiting for you.
I'm coming up.
Can you turn the light back on?
Also, oh man, I don't want to freak you out, but when that happened, he turned around, your hair went like this. Like
I felt it. No, I really felt it.
It's all static, yeah.
It feels
Lol.
like there's like a magnet above my head, and it's just like, you know what I mean? Maybe you could sing for us or hum something.
Achso, das war Sam.
Der Sam ist jetzt oben.
I got it.
Literally turned around and sat down.
So in die Fangspielen gab und da kann man da...
Wood. I'm not even sitting down yet. I just came into the presence and it's like, hey, how's it going?
It's like going more dim and then brighter.
Alright, can you turn that off for me?
Oh my god, I didn't even see that.
Ach, das Ding kommt direkt raus.
Dude, this obelisk.
Nein,
just
Shots!
said-
Shots.
Came in this room at all today. It was around 9 o'clock.
Flora, we heard that you loved doing these spiritual seances, and we actually really like doing that too. That's why we're here, actually. So if you want to just help us out with our own seance and show yourself, now would be the time.
Die befummelt sich da
Okay,
hinten.
so if you're with me, can you turn this flashlight on? Frigid.
Cold? Lucy?
Is there someone else
You
here
British.
besides Flora?
I've been like thinking my eyes have been playing tricks on me because there's no lights on and I'm just nervous. This is not good.
Sam, what's that saying up there?
It said alive and then shot. Chain. This thing is going off a lot.
Amanda said there's someone up there with you.
They're not in that side of the box, though. They're in the middle one.
Can you guys come over here? You can use these devices to communicate.
What if it doesn't want to talk? Kind of like 428 wants us to like just leave.
If you want us to leave, can you give us a sign?
It says picture.
Picture beast.
Or the demon. That was my picture.
Oh.
That's not what I said, demon.
Felt. Did anybody feel anything crazy?
I'm scared.
Are we talking to something evil? Can you turn off this flashlight right in front of us? Oh my god.
You can get us to take a picture in the downstairs mirror and you can capture a picture of it.
Yeah.
Das macht Sinn.
If there's anybody else here that is here talking to us, can you give us a sign that you're going to come downstairs with us? Can you turn on one of our flashlights?
Wait, what? Oh shit! Oh my god!
Das hab ich gesehen.
Ja, das sieht sich, weil der halt genau am Licht ist.
Downstairs. Want to take a picture in this crazy mirror? Maybe capture you. Lie.
Lie?
Oh mein Gott, was denn?
Dude, I don't think
Diese
we're talking.
Die müssen
Tonlage.
alle in den Spiegel gehen und jeder einzelne Fotos machen.
Ja.
Gucken, ob bei Sam was drauf ist.
Stimmt.
Das ist ja cool.
Ja.
Paul's room, I believe, and
It smells like gas in here.
Oh gosh, no, I just got a crazy headache.
Zündet jetzt nichts an.
Wir müssen gucken, ob es Gas ist.
Like a fucking.
They stop.
what was that? Wait, did he just turn that on? This light, see right here?
Yeah.
I think he might just went to this other room, but that light just like brightly turned on. Guys, we are in Paul's room right now. He died of a heart attack. Apparently, he's not all that bad of a dude, but the hot spots are this chair right here in the toilet.
Maybe he's a nice guy, but he doesn't like people here after hours, and we are way far after hours.
Yeah, come on, listen. I think it's was that beat?
Sounds like something's rolling.
I thought he was just gonna be over in that room right there.
That's what he said.
I feel like he wouldn't be moving.
Yeah, he knows we're trying to investigate.
There's no way that's it.
Whoa.
D-catch. Holy fuck.
Die ist gemütlich.
I'm not kidding. I just had like a crazy ass like headache. It's like coming in like waves.
Should we like step out and see if it goes away?
It's only happened in this room all night.
Paul, is this you giving us a sign that you're with us? We're gonna leave this room.
I don't know. It's that's so weird. That does not happen usually. I just never get like headaches like that.
We have literally 2 more rooms. Wait, that wasn't you?
No.
What was it?
That was the toilet that just went off.
Was?
Der hat gerade einfach einen Deckel weggespült.
Why would it? What are the odds? It literally sounded like the toilet like flushed. After we were talking about all that.
Because there was like the big burst and then it
It's like
ran for a little bit.
yeah.
Das ist ja gar nicht lustig.
Another sign. That was you that made the toilet.
Das haben wir gerade bei offener Tür
You
gehabt.
can touch this ball that we have in the middle of the room. We're gonna walk into the bathroom and that will set off our music box.
Was ist das?
That light just flashed on and off again. We need to ask him if he's like in that room.
If he's fucking or something.
No. He probably doesn't know we can see that.
You know you're a security guard here. You know you don't want people here past curfew.
It sounds like a squeak of a chair or some shit. Last chance, Paul. If you want to make yourself known in any way, can you give us an obvious sign? If you want to talk to us.
Maybe he did leave because yeah, my headache completely went away.
still can't explain the toilet though. Like that was crazy.
The two places in this room.
You see the light went off. You see what we're talking about? Let's go find the guy and see if he's doing that shit.
Yes, thank you.
If he's in the other room, then that's our sign. What?
Just touched my feet.
Seriously?
We were this, I was so far away.
Like somebody just touched this, like so hard.
Do you know if the outside light is motion censored? Because it was turning on and off the entire time we were in there.
So wait, is it right?
So was it in the bathroom? Oh, it wasn't.
Wait, but was it the women's bathroom?
It wasn't in the women's bathroom. There was something was in the bathroom.
Wait, yeah.
It smells like six in here. Isn't that Paul's scent, or is that somebody else?
Is Paul tobacco?
The cow.
The cowboy.
This light turned on and off
Or
multiple times.
is that one off too?
There's not a window.
There's not a window. So it was a
You didn't
man.
go to the bathroom like, I don't know. Way it was going off and on.
There's not a chance that there's somebody else in this place.
That was the sign. It was just giving it to us
Yeah.
in another room.
So
Der war dort am Kacken.
Hat Klobespielung gemacht und dann Lichtzeichen die ganze Zeit. Geht doch mal in die Baderoom.
You can't even see it from where I'm sitting right here, so
You wouldn't have even
you
known.
guys saw something, but
We have it on camera, that's all.
you guys have experienced a lot here tonight.
Yeah.
it tends to happen with our group. I don't know how.
Sick. Alright, well, I'm gonna have a sweet ride here home.
Maybe you'll stay at the hotel with us and you'll have an easy night.
This place is haunted. You kidding me? I stayed here.
Finally, we were in Lucy's room. Got some dum-dums. We're gonna set them up. Apparently, some people have literally filmed them holding dum-dums and it would like rotate.
Lucy, are you here? Mackie and I have these little dum-dums, lollipops on our hand. It really feels like something's touching mine. Can you rotate them for us? Maybe spin them in a circle?
Oh my
My
god.
hand is perfectly still.
Wait, is it doing something?
No, it's just like twitching almost.
What's that bear
Oh
doing?
my gosh, this is called a boo buddy.
So what does that do?
Well, we kind of think that we have a lot of luck with children ghosts.
If there's something near it, the paws will light up. It detects any motion, temperature,
Movement, like if something
yeah.
touches it. So it has different phrases it'll say. If it's like, I love it when you hold my hand, then something's grabbing its hand. If it says that tickles, or like, you touched my tummy, then something's touching the body of the bear.
Oh shit.
Like if it hears anything at all, it'll say, can you say that again? It's kind of like everything in one.
So it's
Kannst
just
du
like a
da-
normal eating
Redet
question.
der?
So that's something touched it. That's something
What?
touched it.
Already?
It's
Is it
like
something?
your slit.
Do you think Lucy just like saw it?
I think she absolutely touched it, or whatever you think I touched it.
Lucy, we have a bunch of lollipops for you around. We know that's your favorite candy. If you want any, feel free.
That's a temperature change.
That's the temperature change?
Temperature change, it drops.
Lucy, we have a bunch of games for you out here. You can touch any of our devices around. It will.
That's what I touched something.
What if I put this?
Tummy.
Lucy, is that really you? Are you in there? Can you grab that bear again or make? Oh. Oh. You don't have to be afraid.
Geh mal!
If you're riding, you wanna talk to us or hang out.
Aber Pause.
Kurze Unterbrechung.
Katzeflitze.
What the fuck? Katze haut aus dem Dachfenster ab, alles gut.
Katze hat Selbstmordgedanken.
Funktioniert dein
Ja, okay,
Sprachzentrum noch? Funktioniert dein Sprachzentrum noch?
Kaputt. Oh, shit. Hunger.
Ups, sorry.
Au!
Sorry. Und weiter geht's.
Okay, Unterbrechung zu Ende. Sorry.
Up again. Just go and touch it like you just did. Deal.
You wanna make a deal?
The first time we asked, it like tested it out, but maybe she's just scared. Like if it is like a little girl
Yeah.
energy, she's like, what is that? Oh shit.
My name's Amanda.
My name's Mackie.
My name's Colby.
And my name is Sam. We just want to talk, make friends. If you'd like us to stay, can you make any of our devices go off?
I think that she's scared that we're gonna make her leave. I just feel like she doesn't trust us. What if we sit down?
Yeah.
That's the right one.
Grandpa just went off.
Good job, Lucy. Can you make that happen again? Just like that. Do you know what color the light in Boo Bear's tummy is?
Oh. Can you come on out here, Lucy?
Jesus.
That flashlight hasn't worked at all.
Wait, what if it's not Lucy?
If you go by another name besides Lucy, can you give us a sign? We don't want to get your name wrong. We want to be friends. Maybe Lucy's room isn't haunted. Or maybe Lucy's somewhere else.
She might be, or maybe she's in the closet and just doesn't want any attention right now. And... Besson. Honestly, like the most haunted part of the entire Stanley Hotel is in this room right there.
Right next to the mirror with the two demons. Oh wait.
Oh mein Gott!
Wie das gesagt wurde!
Jackie!
I just want to see. Did something happen out here? It just said Jackie.
Like on this thing, it will just like randomly spurt out words and it'll be Jackie.
Okay.
But it said like.
Okay! Den interessiert das null.
She has called me a nerd and told me to get out a lot of the time too. She may not like the nice close to the room too though.
The most haunted spot in this whole complex is right there.
Would be right there.
Alright, sounds like we have one final investigation.
Hey, ich find's aber voll komisch, dass er so neben, also woanders ist.
Ja, ich find's auch nicht gut.
Sollte am besten so neben, also mit denen in der Runde.
Ja, aber vielleicht will er nicht.
Things are not looking good for
Vielleicht
you
will er
guys.
ja nicht.
I was gonna say, man. Those goes.
The Estes method was actually originated in this very room. Sarah, you want to hear?
Alter, die
Kamera,
Kamera
schon
wieder.
wieder.
Wants to talk to us? You can go up to this light. You can go up to...
The temperature is going off now, right? When you said that.
What?
Isn't heat a bad thing though?
Heat? Oh, you! That hasn't gone off all day. Tonight we talked to a lot of people. We're inviting everybody we talked to tonight to meet us right here in the basement.
Cowboy if you follow us, Florida if you're around, FO, Stanley if you're around.
Paul, Lucy.
Or if there's something that has been following Sam for the past month or so, or even longer.
We want to know that you're here.
You know what is weird? Wait, what? Oh, what was that?
That was your ring? Does that happen?
No.
What if we do this? What if we bring down the flowers, take one of the Jack Daniels bottles for Paul, over there a lollipop from Lucy's room, and then ask if they want to talk? Whoa! The cat ball!
As we were like, let's go.
To go get their stuff.
Yeah, that might be exciting. I think that's a sign. Let's do. Oh, he's going off again! Alright, sounds good. We're going. No way. Jack, you're over there. I just came up that staircase because I thought he was gonna scare me because I heard people walking on the staircase. Someone walking like this.
So maybe us from the room they all entered.
Alright, let's go back down. That's a good sign. I swear something was right here.
Flashlights on? That's the first time that happened too.
Did that just come on? Because I did not notice that.
On.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. You guys just brought some trigger objects.
I saw something on the corner of my eye, but I think it's the light.
Well, I think that we've gathered them all here.
And just to let you know, trigger object wise, we got the flowers for Flora, you got the lollipop for Lucy, this is for the cowboy, the cigar, and then this is for Mr. Paul. Right in front of the portal too. We're gonna do the S's in a second, but hopefully let's make it.
Jetzt sind alle da.
Ja.
Flashlight. Just turn it on and off and on. Right as you said the Estes method. You recognize that?
Sollten wir die Taschenlampen wechseln? Sind kaputt.
Was created in front of their eyes.
Colby is literally
Oh mein Gott.
Oh, voll Spiegel.
Properly get yourself in a trance. Can you turn
Der
on
macht die
those
Estes-Methode vor dem Spiegel.
Ja.
Das ist das i-Tüpfelchen.
Alter,
das
das
die
müssen
machen.
die dauerhaft aufnehmen.
Boah.
Alter, da
guck
passiert
alles
jetzt
an.
so viel.
Alles.
Wir sind umzingelt im Prinzip.
1, 2, 3, both flashlights off in the cat ball. Let's
Aber
get
die,
started.
ja, keine Augenbinde.
Oh mein Gott.
Doch, auch wieder da.
Doch,
Okay.
safe.
Not you.
Came down to the most haunted room in the Stanley to talk to.
I want to say it's not easy.
It's not easy to talk.
What's not easy?
Communication.
Yeah.
Aber hält er die Antenne?
Oh,
Ja, hat seine Finger so drücken.
Is there something we can do to make it easier?
Der braucht mehr Energie.
Feel free to use.
Cold, relax.
Were you someone that was here at the hotel?
Holy shit. Dude, sorry for stopping this so fast, but I just got this weird breath, like 3 times in a row.
In the
Wow.
I've never heard that before.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like panting 3 times in a row.
Do you recognize us?
No. Oh my, cold.
That's what I keep thinking too.
Can you give us some sort of hint as to who you are?
Friend.
Are you the same person we were talking to earlier in 428?
Yes. It's been me.
Alter.
Me.
It's been you as in like for a long time? Have you always been in 428?
Who are you?
Can you give us a name?
You really know.
Do you want me and Amanda to talk to you?
Instead of
me.
Alright.
Wie passend.
Can you tell us
Fuck.
what your name is?
everything.
Does that mean you have multiple names?
Do you control multiple names?
Multiple.
Oh my god! I just got full body chills.
I've been here.
Oh my fucking god!
Can you give us a number, a date?
100.
Do you not want to talk to Sam?
Take me.
You're not welcome to come with us. Are you in some sort of trouble? Do you think that we could help you?
Yes.
Is that why you want to be my friend?
Yes.
Die Taschenlampe ist an.
Went on at the same time.
Keep me.
No.
Keep me.
You are not welcome to stay with Sam.
Der Geist will nur beschützt werden.
Want to be my friend?
Please be aware.
Bro, my eyes are watering right now. Like when he said take me, that freaked me out. Too much more.
Why are you wanting to be my friend? Hope. Something else, like you said, multiple.
It's like the Conjuring house. Do you remember how you had the soldiers trapped?
Are you trapped?
Do you think Sam can free you?
Do you not want to talk to us anymore?
Please talk to my.
One of the other. Oh,
Kamera schon wieder.
What is the reason why you're still here? Power? Or
Power.
What? No way! That was too on point.
Energy.
I was gonna say, what kind of power?
what do you need energy for? Or do you need energy to
Energy to live.
To see.
to see?
Is this the one that's here at the Stanley or the one that's been following you around?
Or are they the same? Do you know a little girl?
Yes.
What letter does it start with?
L.
What the fuck?
You said that like literally.
I'm being traded. Him.
Something him is trading someone out as if multiple things like.
And there's multiple. What's your name?
This will be dangerous.
Is it dangerous for you? Are you in danger?
Is Sam
Yes.
dangerous?
Absolutely.
No! First, dude. No. Full body chills again.
It's me.
I was gonna say who's after Sam. What do you want with Sam?
For energy to be alive and is
That's
dangerous.
what I'm saying. How I'm like, maybe he sticks with you because you have that drive. Like you'll push it. You know what I mean? You want to be proven. You want like you'll scare
Yes.
yourself. You'll scare yourself to have like that proof, and that's what they need. Like is that energy to survive. Like this has literally said everything that we've said today.
I'm thinking.
Conduit.
Wait, what's a conduit? A conduit is.
Yes, this. I think.
No,
Because I don't know exactly what it means, but Connor was saying you have to become a conduit.
To become as much of a conduit as you can.
Yeah, it means like you're the middleman. You're basically the spirit box and you're the conduit.
Yes.
Oh! Oh mein Gott! Wie kann man so präzise antworten?
War noch nie so präzise.
I'm taking all these energy place.
Connor.
If they need energy to be alive, then it doesn't necessarily have to be me. They just
It's almost time.
in order to get rid of this thing and
Time for
pass
what?
it on, we just need some bunch. If it doesn't care about me as a human, all it cares about is being my friend because of the power, energy, or places.
Maybe we could leave it here at the Stanley. This is literally the hotspot. This is a battery. Everyone says we're standing on top of an energy battery.
What energy? Then the Stanley fucking hotel.
You were saying how the mirrors can sense these away.
Mirrors facing each other to help the spirits. I thought like
But move on.
We should go to the vortex where all the mirrors are facing each other.
Maybe we should.
yes.
Is that where we should go?
Happen.
Will you follow us to the vortex?
Hallway.
The hallway?
Yeah, over there.
Where all the pictures are.
Pictures in the hallway.
What happens next? Red stairs.
Ja, das sind rote Treppen. Da sind die roten.
You will follow me.
You will follow.
In the first message he said red stairs as well.
Let's all come back.
Das hab ich nicht kommen sehen. Ah.
No, it made stupid sense.
Every single question we asked got answered.
Literally, it sounded like we were having a conversation. That was one of, if not the clearest SS method we've ever done.
I thought I was saying some random shit like
No, it all added up.
In the last couple of videos, and then in this one, it said alive. Like it wants to be alive. It wants to be my friend because it wants to have the energy. What Amanda thought of is if it needs this energy and it wants to be alive, what better place to be alive than the Stanley Hotel?
Wisst ihr, was mich getriggert hat? Diese eine Tür, diese Doppeltür war die ganze Zeit offen.
I don't know if this thing is I just need someone.
If you put out enough energy, positive or negative, it can create a poltergeist, and it happens to be that normally if you put out enough negative energy or have enough in your life, you know what I mean? Then that can manifest into something that is actually like a being. It's like a leech where they need to feed off of that energy to survive because that's what they are, is energy.
It's just using.
Yes, it's
Some kind of
using.
energy. Unless it's trying to get enough energy to take
To do something.
Okay, we're not gonna. That's some possession shit, and we're not gonna put that into the manifestation energy thing, alright? Now is it's sucking me dry. Again, we're not saying that this is gonna work. We're not even saying that we 100% have proof that this exists, or that like we actually have an attachment. We just did some devices, SS method, and we're thinking that it's almost too good to be deniable.
There's no other explanation. I think the best thing that you can do is like, I do believe in authority, and we have authority over all these energies, whether it's like demonic or poltergeist, and I believe it's granted to us by a higher power. We don't just have that authority, it's given to us. I think that's our best bet, is prayer commanding it, that it's not allowed to follow you, that it has to stay at Stanley. You're the one who has the authority over this thing, it's with you, it's following you. You're the one who has to command it to leave. From someone who had an attachment for the first 12 years of her life. I just think more bad can come than good.
Whatever I say, I kind of just have to take its word that it's gonna change.
I guess it's just worth a shot.
Er sitzt schon wieder alleine irgendwo.
In der Mitte, zwischen den Spiegeln sitzt er.
For a long period of time, there's someone that's here that knows me. I want you to listen. You no longer have the permission to stay with me. I know you've been saying that we're friends, but we're not. You can no longer be here with me. I'm going to leave this place and you need to stay here. I know you have said multiple times that you need power to live, and that is why I want you to stay in literally one of the most powerful places on earth. So from now on, do not follow me, do not follow my friends. You are not welcome to communicate with me.
Hat er gerade eine Beziehung beendet?
Ja, gell, der fühlt sich ein bisschen sad.
Das ist schon traurig.
Ja.
Breakups.
Das ist ein Teil von ihm.
Prisons to like kind of take a break from like these houses and hotels and stuff like that. And when we weren't focused that much on this Sally entity, it didn't show up.
And when I'm not looking out for it at our house, it doesn't nearly show up as much.
Really?
It's when we go to haunted places and I remember, oh shit.
And you know why you remember? Because we go to haunted places that coincidentally have like a young girl that haunts the spot. So it's like, oh, Sally.
But you're saying we might have done this whole thing to ourselves, like manifesting this by going to haunted places that are all having these same hauntings, and thus like I think that I have this, and basically I'm just thinking it into existence.
All I'm saying is that maybe the paranormal is a lot more psychological than we think. After the interview today, with literally the guy that created the ESTAS method, I'm like learning way more about like meditation and like how to like really center yourself to like be able to experience that. We go to these spots that do have these like similar spirits, like little girl spirits. Of course you're going to be thinking of Sally.
That makes way more sense to me, because even like Connor was saying today, he thinks hauntings in general, and especially things like the ESTAS method, are literally just coming from your head.
I'm really loving all this idea, but what about the thing that I saw with you before the Connor house? Having seen it with my own eyes more than once, and then that ESTAS method session that we just did.
Oh shit.
Lord, we ask for your protection over these next 2 days as we stay in this hotel, dealing with these spirits of your creation. We ask for your guidance as we communicate with them, as we try and figure out what's following Sam. Lord, we ask for your protection over Sam. We ask that you place your hands on him and you get rid of whatever attachment, if any, is with him. We ask for your protection for all 4 of us, nothing to follow us out of here, and for your protection while we're here. Lord, we pray this all in your name. Amen.
Die hat gesagt, the following 2 days.
Following 2 days.
Alright guys, with that, it concludes our season 1 finale. You guys wanted it back at the Stanley. We are actually not leaving. We are doing a second night. We've never done that before, but yeah, we're filming a video. Mackie and Amanda, so guys, make sure to go check out that video as well. Subscribe to them. Thank you for enduring a very long night.
Of course. Anytime.
Dude, that was a crazy, crazy adventure, and I know we'll be back.
500,000 likes, we got 217. They have a freaking crystal ball seance thing in the other room. Like, we got a lot of other stuff we can come back to. If you want to see behind the scenes or other things we do on these trips, go to exploreclub.com. Go get extra videos and get the Explore merch. Or get the freaking merch. That being said, we'll see you in
Season 2. Whoa, that's weird to say.
Hopefully we'll see you then, and hopefully you enjoyed season 1. Adios.
Krass. Also Leute, das zweite Video, zieht's euch rein und kommentiert, was ihr darüber denkt. Wir schauen es uns auf jeden Fall auch an.
Ja.
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 Definitiv. Ganz sicher. Sehr sicher.
Sehr sicher.
Oh mein Gott.
Sicher. Wow, das war heftig. Also ich muss sagen, das Ende war ordentlich. Ne?
Ja.
Die ESTAS-Methode.
Das war traurig.
Das war ein bisschen traurig, aber die ESTAS-Methode war richtig clear.
Ja.
Aber super clear.
Ja.
Und auch bevor die ESTAS-Methode gemacht haben, wie alles losgegangen ist in diesem Raum, eins nach dem anderen, alles gleichzeitig angegangen ist.
Hat sich so alles versammelt.
Diese ganze Energie.
Ja.
Und dann war die Kommunikation einfach so perfekt, weil diese ganze Energie da gebündelt wurde, durch die ganzen Trigger-Objekte und alles.
Ja.
Das war richtig intensiv.
Intensive. Das
Sehr
war ein
intensiv.
gutes Ende. Das war echt ein gutes Ende.
Finde ich auch.
Ja.
War eine gute Season.
Ja.
Ich freue mich auf Season 2.
Oh ja.
Oh ja.
Und ich freue mich ja schon auf die Hell Week. Oh yeah.
Season 2 sehen wir uns übrigens wieder. Wahrscheinlich wieder hier auf der Couch.
Höchstwahrscheinlich.
Höchstwahrscheinlich.
So, das war's. Das Finale war krass. Super gute Eindrücke. Season 1 ist jetzt vorbei.
Aber mit uns ist es noch nicht zu Ende. Nächste Woche Montag kommt das erste Video von uns, bei dem ihr uns mal draußen live seht, wie wir ein bisschen unterwegs sind und nicht wie wir nur auf anderes reacten.
Wir haben es lange vorbereitet, jetzt ist es endlich fertig.
Auf den Montag drauf, übernächste Woche, geht es auch schon direkt wieder weiter mit uns. Es lohnt sich auf jeden Fall weiterhin immer mal vorbeizuschauen. Wird auf jeden Fall von uns noch was kommen.
Nach Season 1 ist nicht bei uns Schluss.
Auf gar keinen Fall.
Jetzt kommt unser Kram.
Bis nächsten Montag würde ich sagen. Wir sehen uns.
Nächsten Montag.
Macht's gut.